Yeah, welcome to the BrownBoyWonder podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the BrownBoyWonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the BrownBoyWonder podcast. The BrownBoyWonder podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
Welcome to the BrownBoyWonder podcast. It is time to predict the two pay-per-views or PLEs, whatever you want to call it, WrestlePalooza and AEW All Out. Before we get into that, let me introduce my guest here. My first guest, he is a Hall of Famer. It is Khabii. Khabii, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. And my last guest, he is a wrestling purist. It is Azam. Azam, how are you doing today?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm excited.
Fantastic. Well, let's start with WrestlePalooza since that's a shorter card there. Let's get into the first matchup here. Naomi, she let go of her world title because she is pregnant with Jimmy Uso. So now it's up for grabs. Is it going to be Io Sky or Stephanie Vacquier for the Women's World Championship? I'll go with you, Khabii.
So, I like Io, but I feel like she's had her chance as a world champion. So give it to Vacquier. She's very new. She's very fresh. She's very talented. Put the strap on her.
Yeah, man, I agree because she was NXT champion. She was NXT North American champion. The Rocket is launching off for her. I believe it is time for Stephanie. What about you, Azam? What are you feeling here?
So, for the audience who don't know who I am, I don't really watch WWE, but I'm going to make decisions for this prediction as if I was, booking the show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no, not if I was booking the show. What I actually think will happen, knowing WWE's track record for booking, I don't think Stephanie Vacquier is winning this. She is somebody that they obviously see as like the future of the division. She's super talented, super young. I don't think her moment is going to come like at what is without a doubt just a counter program to AEW All Out. I think she's probably deserving of like a WrestleMania type moment. So I don't think she gets the belt here, given that like Naomi had to take what is effectively a medical leave of absence, right, or a maternity, however it's considered. I think you go with the safe option and you go with Io Sky. I believe she's already been a women's world champion, right?
She was,
Mhm.
Yeah, so just run it back, right? And I mean, like, nothing against her. Like, she's super talented. I think that she's someone that could notably carry the belt and be seen as someone that deserves it, right?
I mean, you made some valid points there. We'll see. It could be anybody for this matchup.
Before we move on, I would like to say I'm also picking Stephanie because I feel like we're gonna get Stephanie versus Rhea, and I would pay to see that match in person. That would be fire, man.
That's a mommy versus what's the Spanish
Mamacita.
word for Mamacita match right there. Fantastic.
What you call it, two hoopers going at it.
Oh yes. Well, let's get into the next matchup here. It is this rivalry has been going on for the past 2 months. Every night on Monday Night Raw, they end up ending with this segment here. It is the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. They haven't wrestled together since 2023 Money in the Bank versus The Vision, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Of course, maybe LA Knight might be involved with this. Khabii, what do you have here?
So, with everything that's been going on with Jimmy Uso trying to be the good guy, trying to help out people, and then Jay sort of leaning toward the heel side, telling Jimmy, hey, forget about other people. This is about me and you. This is about the bloodline. This isn't about anybody else. This is about us, So, I feel like they're not going to get along in this match, and then the Brawns are going to win. The Brawns are going to win this division.
Oh, okay, you think the brothers will fight each other? I see.
Because you see how Jimmy was like, "Hey, don't be the next Roman. You don't tell me what to do."
Yeah, that could happen. What about you, Awesome? What are you feeling here?
I have seen the memes and like the Reddit complaining posts about how like basically every Monday Night Raw ends in the I guess they're called Division. I didn't know they were called Division. You know, just
Yeah.
like being like cronies and like henchmen for Seth Rollins taking over the show. I think that they've been doing that for so long. I've been seeing those memes for so long. You got to run with it, and like if if you want to make the Usos look strong or something, like you can do it as like a funny finish where like there's some confusion or like that.
Mhm.
It could be a clean victory, but or it could be something shrouded in like mystery. But I think that the Vision takes it here.
Yeah, I also think Division as well. Look, Braun Breaker will be a future Hall of Famer in the year 2050. So it's time to start now with these guys here.
Run for world
Um,
champ.
I feel like he'll be world champ at the end of next year, maybe. We'll see.
Turn on Seth.
Uh, uh, I can see that at WrestleMania next year. I can see that. All right. The next matchup is probably the most anticipated match in this pay per view or PLE. It is the mixed tag team match between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and the returning AJ Lee. Azam, who do you have here?
Um, Honestly, I'm just gonna go with Seth and Becky. Um, this
Okay.
is a purely a personal take. I don't like CM Punk at all. I think AJ Lee is also annoying and
Oh,
weird.
okay, okay.
Like the last I saw of her was she was playing a character on Heels, the Stephen Amell show,
Right.
um, and that's like a TV show. You can take multiple takes and stuff. I feel like she stepped away due to like injury or whatever. I don't know that she still got it. Um, and
Yeah,
Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are just like awesome personally. Like I'm actually like a fan of them despite not being a fan of WWE. So I'm just gonna go with emotional personal take.
I can feel that from you. What about you, Khabii?
So on Monday we ended off with Seth and Becky standing tall with the after attacking Punk and AJ Lee. I'm not a fan of Punk because of like sure he's a good wrestler. I just don't like him as a person because of his
Sure.
attitude. But I will but so since on this card we do have the Vision. Since the Bronze are winning, I don't think we're gonna have Seth and Becky win. I don't think we're gonna get a full clean sweep of the Vision winning. So
Right.
I'm gonna say Punk and AJ Lee win this. And she just
Yeah,
came back. Are you gonna have her come back just to lose?
it has happened before.
They have. They have. You're
Listen, I'm
right.
pretty sure WWE is notorious for killing people's heat. Like that's just what they do, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you keep the story going, unfortunately. But
I do see a
for
rematch happening.
like a Survivor Series, maybe.
Like regardless of what happens for this match, I feel like they're gonna run it back at the next pay per view. Sorry,
Yeah,
PLE.
yeah, probably so. I just have to go with CM Punk AJ Lee. They just well, with that being said, I think they need to win this matchup.
Mhm.
Um, or the next matchup, it is for. There's not much hype into this one here, kind of like in past 2 weeks, but it is for the undisputed WWE Championship. Of course, the Street Fighter himself, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. What do you think you got? Who do you think who has it here, Khabii?
I'm not really a Cody fan, but again, he just got the belt back. I don't think he's losing it, even though Drew is championship material, but
Mhm.
I don't think Cody's dropping the belt.
Yeah, I think that's probably same with you, Azim. I feel like Cody should win here as well.
Yeah, I think that strictly knowing like how they book, Cody's got the win here. I haven't heard about this match, so if it hasn't made my social media, it truly doesn't really have that much hype. I feel like.
No.
I also think that like with Cody, there's like a story to tell. You know, I don't see the belt changing hands on once again. You know, a counter program, scrap together show. And who knows how many viewers it's gonna have, with ESPN having issues and all. So
Right.
I just don't see Cody's like entire like you don't throw that entire build away, like 2 years worth of a build, on a Saturday. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, Cody should win this match. And speaking of streaming not working, Stephanie mentioned on her podcast that just use VPN to watch the PLEs. So if she's promoting it, then something is bad about TKO itself.
You should
Yeah.
this would be a perfect time to have an ad break for like a VPN sponsor. NordVPN, hit my boy up. Need a
Yes, please.
sponsorship.
I need a sponsorship by by VPN right now. If you're listening. All right. Now the big match, the big pisser match, as they say. I'm not saying it. It is John Cena, the never seen 17 John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. I'll go with you, Khabii. Who do you have here?
I kind of wish you went with me last, but I like I don't know.
Uh,
I'm stuck with this one. Like I don't think Cena's like I don't know. Brock could destroy him, but then again, like I think Cena's gonna leave with a win here because like his career is coming to an end. So I'm gonna go with Johnny Boy.
he only has like what, a
4 months.
yeah, 4 months, like maybe 10 more appearances left. So
Yeah.
it might be him. What about you, Azam? What are you feeling here?
And my question is like, I've been seeing some things about like how Cena might be done like earlier than expected.
Mm,
So like let's take two possibilities, right? Let's say that he is done like now, right? Like,
yeah.
Brock would be, you know, I guess a formidable enough opponent that like ends Cena's career. It would be kind of poetic given like their history and stuff, right? Like, dating
Hmm.
back to the ruthless aggression era. Um, but if Cena does win, then who does he, finish the story with? Like who does he put over on his way out? That's kind of the question.
Yeah.
Randy Orton.
I don't
No,
know.
Randy Orton, does he need like, the to be put over?
Not
No.
I don't
really.
know.
I mean, right now,
Cody? No.
Johnson is doing all the one hit wonders with all these old rivals. But as you said, like he should lose to a guy who's coming up. Who is the guy coming up in WWE? I'm thinking either Braun Breaker. There's who else is out there? Um, not Finn
Braun is a
Balor.
good one.
Braun is good. I just can't think of any. Maybe LA Knight, but I don't want. Not really.
LA Knight's
LA
like
Knight.
43 or something.
Yeah.
Look, I don't even think it's an age thing. I think it's
Hmm.
like a relevancy thing, right? Because like
Sure.
if you've been in the company for like 20 plus years, I think that's where the cutoff kind of is. Like if you've been in there for 15 years, 10, 12 years, like you could still be put over like on Cena's way out. I think maybe it could be Roman. Like I don't know how they'd work that up in 4 months, but like he would make the most sense because like Roman is basically the face of the company, right? Like
Yeah.
so like to from one face of the company to the next, right? Like it would make sense. But I mean to answer your question, I think that Cena probably wins here. I don't see him going away till like literally December 31st. Some like
Yeah.
Daniel Brian Danielson type,
Oh,
actual retirement. So
right. Yeah, I mean Johnson should win here. Oh, I got an idea. How about Dom Mysterio wins the final match with John Cena?
that'd be
He's
cool.
current,
Yeah.
he's currently the mega champion in AAA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mega
Oh,
Campeon.
champion. Yes. All right. So that was WrestlePalooza, ripping off from ECW's pay per view. But let's get into All Out Toronto.
My
All right,
hometown.
our hometown. Let's do it. Do we count the pre-show match or no?
Sure,
I
why
don't even
not?
know what's on the pre-show right now because I'm still not caught up. But we
There-
could,
There's
Okay,
so many
yeah.
matches on that card. I don't even know all the matches. I'll be honest with you. So many
I
matches.
got I got you right here. So let's do the pre-show match here. So it is a 8-woman tornado tailgate brawl with Harley Cameron, Mina, Queen Amita, and Willow versus Mega Bane, Ford, Triangle of Madness, Julia, and Sky Blue. Anybody?
Mm.
Who's gonna win here?
Who are they facing?
So Harley's group versus Megan Bane's group.
Oh,
Basically, the face versus the heels. This has been building up for a
yeah.
few weeks. In collision with like a lot of these, what I call like clusterfuck matches. Basically, just
Mhm.
like a lot of big spot fest and stuff. Multi women matches. It could kind of go any way. I think
Face.
is Chris Statlander in this match?
Chris Statlander is not in this match.
If she's not in the match, I would
You-
probably go with the heels here. Triangle of Madness and Megan Bane's group
Okay.
because I think there's a lot more stories to tell between the faces. I think Harley Cameron is sort of teasing some sort of a heel turn. Um, uh, what do you call Aminata and Tekla have beef. We
Mm-hmm.
should be watching that match right now, but I'm not. Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander have the story, so there's more to tell on the face side of this match.
Yeah, there's a lot of all the rivalries are going into this match here. All right, you're saying the heels? You said the faces of the heels will win this.
I think the heels will win it.
Okay, what about you, Khabii?
I like the faces in this team, and Chris, I did think Chris Statlander was in this match, but she's a bit of a tweener right now. Like she's in between. Like she's trying to figure out if she wants to be a good girl or a bad girl, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go heel.
Heel. Okay, I'm going with you guys as well. I feel like they should have more of a edge to that. But let's get into our next matchup, or maybe the start of the show here is a tag team match between the returning, not returning, but yeah, it is a returning of ENC or CNC, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus FTR. Who do you have here, Azam?
Yes, Toronto going with the Unks. I
Okay.
think Ed and Christian got it here. FTR have basically been cheating to win their last couple matches, and I think that you know you can't really out cheat like the ultimate opportunist and our father Christian Cage. So I think there's gonna be a lot of shenanigans. It's gonna be a fun match. It's also worth noting that like these four guys. I mean, not necessarily Christian, but like Edge and FTR, like they're like real life best friends. Edge and
Mm-hmm.
Christian are real life best friends. So these are the most fun type of matches to watch because like you just know they're cooking with like fire, right? They're gonna
Right.
like blow it out of the park. I feel like it. People would think the expectations are kind of low because Edge and Christian are a little old and stuff, but nah, like I think that, and I think the hero of this match is probably actually going to be Christian, because he's been like sort of on the like he hasn't been fully joined up with like Edge yet. Like there he's like I'm only doing this because I hate FTR, not because I love
Mm-hmm.
you, right? So I think Edge and Christian will win, and it'll be a lot of storytelling in this match.
Sounds good to me. What about you, Copy? Do you agree?
I'm Canadian. I'm from Toronto. These guys are in my hometown. I wish I could go there live, but it's all the funds are not funding, so I'm gonna be watching it from home. So I gotta go with my boys. I gotta go with the Canadian boys. But like I heard something about how Christian might be joining FTR, like a heel turn, like backstabbing Edge and joining them.
Oh, I wouldn't
Just a
like that.
prediction.
Where'd you see that? And like I mean, it's an
Twitter,
interesting theory.
Twitter.
Okay.
Mm. No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't like that. I just want them to be together. Hopefully, we get the
same.
15 seconds of flash photography. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Um. All right, let's get into the next matchup. Here is a trios match. I believe it's for the titles. The Hurt Syndicates versus Ricochet and is it Goa? GOA?
Gates of
Yeah,
Agony.
Gates of Agony. Yeah.
Gotcha. Who do you guys have here? I have a feeling Hurt Syndicate. They should win it here.
Uh, they've had the titles, so it's like again, this is another tough one. like, don't get me wrong, Gates of Agony, they are a beastie team. So
Mhm.
like I wouldn't mind seeing the belts on them because they have been there for a while. I feel like they're very underrated because they're guys from like ROH.
Right.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind seeing them hold the belts.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Azam? Are you feeling her syndicate?
I think the Hurt Syndicate have been on a monster run, and I think that Gates of Agony and Ricochet probably win it here. I just watched a portion of the of today's show where it was Toa Leona against Bobby Lashley, and they
Mm.
really put like a walloping on the Gates of Agony. Like MVP freaking broke his cane on Ricochet's back in a post match brawl. So if that's any indication, I think that Gates of Agony and Ricochet get the win here. Hurt Syndicate have
Okay.
just been winning for like way too long, and there's some rumors speculating they don't want to put anybody over. I think that they're
Oh.
going to put over this team here.
Okay. Well, we will see. Maybe Ricochet will finally get a title here. All right. Let's get into our next matchup here. Let me mix it up here. It is a singles match: Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill. Do we care about this match?
I
Are
mean, Eddie
you kidding
Kingston's
me? Do
returning.
we care? What kind
Do
of
we
a
care?
question is that, my friend?
I'm just asking a question.
Eddie's returning. Eddie's returning. Come on.
He is back. Should he win for this in this match here?
Hell yeah, you should win, bro. You should stop a mud hole in Big Bill, bro. It's just Tim's versus Tim's. This is New York versus New York. This is
Yeah.
what this shit's all about, man. This shit means something to me, man. That's what I'm talking about. I need Eddie Kingston walking down the ramp with the friggin' with the gas can on fire and shit, all bloody and
Oh,
shit.
I need
Oh
that.
man, this is. I need this inserted right into my veins, bro. Eddie Kingston is like, dude. I freaking love Eddie Kingston, man. Like he's legit. Like he's not the most flashy wrestler or anything, but like the guy is in it for the love of the game, bro. He is truly in it for the love of the game, and I think he wins it. There's no way he doesn't win it.
Eddie Kingston. Khabii, are you feeling Big Bill?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Eddie Kingston it does then.
I mean, it's possible with his partner might help him. We don't know. But like I don't know. I think Eddie's gonna win it. Like you're coming back. You gotta win this.
He just gotta win. All right, let's get into the next matchup here. It is for the AEW World Tag Team Championships in a four-way ladder match. Brody King and
Bandito.
Bandio is that Bandino
Bandito.
versus
Yeah.
the Young Bucks versus two other teams to be determined. Do you guys? What do you guys think is gonna win here?
Well,
So go ahead.
the show is still going on, so we don't know who the teams are yet.
Yeah.
I Wait, hold on. Let me actually just look this up real quick. I'm gonna let you continue, copy.
Okay. So for me, as we said, we don't know the other teams, but I will say, like, I am a big Bullet Club mark. So like the Young
Okay.
Bucks I'm a big fan of the Young Bucks. However, with Brody the King and Bandito having the belts, like they just won the belts.
Right.
Nobody really had faith in them. Like nobody thought this would be a tag team ever. But I think they're doing a great job as being a tag team. Like you just got to give them a chance, you know. So
Hmm.
I feel like they might retain, or maybe I don't think the Bucks are winning it, but I feel like they'll retain here.
Yeah,
All
so the
right.
options are like so today the matches are Bang Bang Gang, Austin
Mhm.
Gunn and Juice Robinson against the Young Bucks for the qualifier. Then you have Cesaro and Josh Alexander of the Don Callis family against Top Flight for the qualifier.
Mm.
And you also have Kip Sabian and Killswitch and Jet Speed. So I think the final people is going to be Jet Speed, Cesaro, Josh Alexander, and probably the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks don't win. I think that Jet Speed could win it. But the safe option here is Brodito. I think that they're like super over. Like they just work as a tag team, man. Dude, Bandito is having like literally one of the best runs like of his career. he's having like literally like a wrestler of the year type of career with the amount of matches he's putting on.
Right.
Really picking up the slack while guys like Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay are out with injury. I think that just on merit they deserve to retain. Because they're both so talented, not taking anything away from the rest of the competitors. This match is going to absolutely burn the house down. I feel like.
Hope so. Usually, the ladder matches are really fun to watch. Um, let's see
And
what
he's
happens
very
there.
good. He's very
He's
good
very
when it
good.
comes to ladder matches.
Yeah. I'll go with Young Bucks as well. I
You're
think they
going for
need
Young
it.
Bucks?
Yeah. I think
You're brave.
they
You're
they
brave.
they've been stripped of their identity. So I think it's time for them to come back.
EVP.
EVP, VIP, all of that. The next matchup here, it is a three-way match for the Unified Championship. Of course, Okada, the champion, versus Takeshita versus is it Dorada? Is that how you pronounce it?
Dorado?
Dorado, excuse me. Who do you have here, Awesome?
Um, so I think that for this match, it is going to be. Hmm. Yeah, I think Okada retains it. Like Takeshita and Okada being a part of the Don Callis family. Like, yeah, so there's interesting stories being told here where basically like Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher kind of have their own separate arcs within the family.
Yeah.
One of them is going to split. I believe that if you have, I think Kyle Fletcher will probably be the one to split. Takeshita will remain in the Don Callis family. And with that being said, I don't think he wins it now. I
Hmm.
think that Okada wins it by. Wait, so did we find out who's the third man in this match yet or not? Because I don't want a spoiler for today's show. It's either Beast Mordos or Mascara Dorado, right?
Yeah, that it is the last guy. I don't want to
Okay,
ruin it for you.
okay. No, because I was like absent-mindedly listening when you guys were when you were explaining
Yeah.
when we started talking about this match. So I heard the name, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I think Okada pins the third man. And usually with AEW's booking, we just know that like that title usually changes hands in the Continental Classic in December and November. So I think that yeah, Okada being the greatest tournament wrestler of all time, being one of the goats, he has to win it here, just because. But you know, it's one. This is one of the matches where like they could pull it out from under us, kind of like how they did with FTR and Brodito at the last show.
Hmm.
You know, but if I had to pick Okada.
Okada. What about you, Khabii?
So I like Okada. Like he was so big in New Japan, but I feel like Takeshita is like kind of getting above him. Like he's getting up to Okada's level. This one's a hard one, but I don't know. Is it the passing of the torch between them? Like
Maybe.
I'm gonna say Okada retains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm.
as far
Yeah.
as passing of the torch goes, I just want to add, I don't think it happens in a three-way. I think it'll be a big moment
One on one.
where, similar to how Don Callis is known for betraying his, big dog, right? He betrayed Kenny Omega, he betrayed Will
Hmm.
Ospreay. He's probably going to, like, in a way of, old Yeller style, taking the dog out back and like shooting him, right? Like,
Yeah.
or in this case, stabbing him with a screwdriver. Um, I think that'll probably come sometime next year.
Yeah, I think Okada should retain this championship. Let's get into the next matchup. It is for the TBS Women's Championship. Of course, Mercedes Moné, CEO, versus Riho. I feel like it is time for Mercedes to lose the title. It is Rio's time. What do you guys think?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Nope.
Why do you
First
think
ever
Mercedes should
champion.
retain?
I could go last.
First
I don't
champion, right? Rio's first AEW champion.
First champion.
Yeah, she is the first women's champion. Yeah.
Do I see her taking the belt off of Monet? Like I like Monet, but like again, This girl's the first ever AEW champion.
Yeah,
Is
there's a
it?
lot of history. A lot of
Yeah.
history.
I'm gonna
Mercedes.
say
I can't stop interrupting. My bad. Please continue.
yeah. I'm gonna say I'm gonna lock in with Monet.
Okay, that's solid. What about you, Azim? I know what you're thinking, but what makes you think Rio doesn't have the chance to win?
I mean, she has the chance. Um, because like Riho is just I mean, people aren't able to look past like her size and like her weight. You know, they think like, oh, like she's super tiny and stuff. But
Mm,
like she's really like, dude, like I mean, when I wrestled, like I was always the smallest kid in the room, right? I didn't rely on strength at all. I relied on like, on my speed and, the limited skill that I did have, right? And
right.
Riho is just like that, right? He doesn't give up that much of a size disadvantage to Mercedes. So I can see them. I can see her getting really close, and I could see her, in a straight up contest, potentially winning the match, right? But
Yeah.
I just don't. Mercedes is literally on like the Ultimo Dragon like goat run, right? I don't think that
Literally.
he loses. Like he's going to lose within a year, like for sure.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to be to Riho, right? I think it's going to be to somebody who is like Riho's. Unfortunately, her AEW run has kind of just been like she'll come back for a month. She'll be built up to face whoever is a belt holder for either TBS or for the women's championship. She'll lose and then she'll go back to I guess the Shadow Realm or usually not even the Shadow Realm. I just know that her and Sheeta, people that live in Japan, don't they kind of have like travel issues and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why like like Okada had to like move here, Takeshita had to like move here and shit, right? So just based off logistics, I think Mercedes wins the match. And plus, when she does drop the belt, she's probably gonna drop it to like Willow or Chris Statlander, I think.
Okay.
Give it to Willow.
Mercedes. We'll give to Willow. All right. It is all CEO for that match. Let's get into a crazy match here. It is in a coffin match with John
Oh boy.
Moxley versus Darby Allin. This match is gonna be nuts. I saw what's his name? Freaking John Moxley getting forked. No, who got forked in the knife? All in. Who did that? I think I just remember John
Yeah.
Moxley
So at
getting
all,
forked.
uh,
Yeah,
Darby's
all in,
ear.
John Moxley put a fork through Darby's ear. Yeah, 'cause I think Darby has
yes.
like gauges, so he has like
Ugh.
That's
yeah, that
that
was
was
crazy.
that was terrible. But yeah, who do you guys have here? I think does Darby Allin loses in his coffin matches? I don't remember. Does he always
I don't
lose in
think
those
so.
matches?
Darby has never lost a coffin match. That's like his match.
Yeah.
I think that Darby wins. I mean, it's his first pay per view singles match since coming back at All In. Um, this match is going to get nasty.
Very
Like
nasty.
they're really going to like they're gonna have to replace the canvas. But yeah, no, I think Darby wins it.
Uh I think I know he climbed Mount Everest. That's very fantastic for him. But I think John takes it here. What about you, Khabii?
I would like to say, like, as you guys were talking, before I make my prediction, I did a quick Google search. He did lose two matches. Lost to Jack Perry at All In 2024, and then lost to
Oh,
Moxley at Grand Slam 2024. So there's
oh,
two
okay.
losses. Yeah. But
Oh,
when it comes to this match, uh, I'm not really a fan of Moxley, so I'm leaning more towards Darby.
okay.
Yeah.
Darby, it is then.
I just want to interrupt to say that John Moxley slander will not be tolerated in this household. John Moxley is the modern day Terry Funk, literally
Oh,
the ace of entire like the ace of wrestling, bro. But I will say, get off my TV screen, take a vacation, my guy. You need it.
wow, that's a good
Literally.
comparison. He is the modern day Terry Funk. He's literally crazy. Um, all right, let's get into the next matchup. Is another crazy match. Is in a tables and thumbtacks match with MJF versus Mark Briscoe. Who do you have here, Khabii?
Uh, I want Briscoe but I don't know. Does MJF have backup? No, he's not with the Hurt Syndicate
No,
anymore. So it's literally one. Uh, Give me Briscoe because I think what are the stipulations for this? Like anyone can get involved or
it's no disqualification for sure. Anybody
Yeah,
can
this is just like your typical like barn burner.
hardcore
yeah.
I don't think
match.
So
anyone's gonna get involved though. I think that like they've just been building like this feud doesn't necessarily make sense, right? Like, but initially I'm like, because Mark Briscoe, as much as respect and love I have for him, I think that he's kind of just been like that guy that gets thrown into programs, right? But
Right.
this is really one of the first storylines that really hits home because MJF is just like. I mean, he's a generational heel, right? Like he's literally, using like a dead man. What's his name? He's using
Jay Briscoe.
Mark Briscoe's brother. Yeah, Jay Briscoe's brother's
Yeah.
name, and in these promos and shit. It's like, yo, like what's wrong with you, right?
Yeah,
I think that like and MJF since he kind of lost the belt has sort of like he just needs that extra push to kind of get back to like basically the most hated man in the company like
Hmm.
that people literally throw tomatoes at him type shit, right? Like and I think that beating a fan favorite Mark Briscoe, like I think that'll be it. uh, MJF
Yeah.
just like he knows how to turn it up to like 11 and he can match any stipulation. We saw that there was a Texas death match at Revolution 2023 with John Moxley. He had that
Hmm.
dog collar match with CM Punk, right? Like
Hmm.
MJF can really go in these matches. So I think that he'll be able to sneak out a win here.
All right. I'm I'm feeling it could be anybody. I feel like give it to Mark
literally it can go
Briscoe.
anyway.
Yeah, give it to Mark Briscoe. I think he needs it more than MJF. Um, all right, let's get into our last two matchups here. And is it the last two, or the next one is in a fatal four-way match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Of course, Timeless Tony Storm, the champion, versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Stanlander versus Tequila. Should be a good one.
Who was the last name you said?
It's pronounced
Uh,
Tekla.
Tekla, excuse me.
Okay, yeah.
Excuse
Because I was like, wait, is that a new person?
me. I seen her matches. She's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, she's decent.
Who do you have here, Azam?
Okay, so I haven't been tapped in with Collision much this month, much to my dismay, which is where this storyline has kind of been unfolding. I, Chris Statlander is on some Death Riders type behavior. There's been
Mm,
like seeds being planted.
I've
I
seen that.
also think that Tony Storm is like, I don't want to say that like her run is like over, but I think that, I don't know, man. Like, okay, it's really stupid to bet against Tony Storm, right?
Right.
Like, she is the greatest women's character like in wrestling ever, right?
Mm,
And just as good of an actual wrestler and a performer too.
no.
I don't know, man. I can't really pick a winner, but I think Chris Statlander gets really close. Like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go with Chris Statlander.
Okay. I'm just going with either Tony Storm or I feel like it should be Jamie Hayter's time. What about you, Khabii?
I'm literally gonna go the same thing as well. Like it's either Tony Storm or Chris Statlander.
Mm,
Maybe I think Mina because like you notice how the Death Rider they're trying to collect Statlander.
yeah.
I feel like Shafir's gonna help Statlander.
Here. Okay. She might like
Or
recruit her.
Shafir. So Shafir will try to help Statlander. Maybe she doesn't take the help, and she loses because of not taking the help.
Mm,
Possible.
Yeah. So this is where like, dude, this is cinema, bro. This is just like just I don't even know what to say, man. This is gonna be so good.
it's gonna be a good match. Let's get into the main event as a singles match for the AEW World Championship. If any member of the Don Callis family interferes, the challenger Kyle Fletcher will be disqualified and be stripped of his TNT Championship. Of course, Kyle Fletcher versus the champion Hangman Adam Page. I'll go with you, Khabii. What do you have here?
Hangman boy, cowboy shit.
Cowboy shit, Hangman time. I think that's simple. I feel like, to be honest, Kyle Fletcher.
He's good.
He's great. He's great,
Yeah.
but we need more of Hangman as champion. What about you, Azam?
Yeah, Hangman is the main character. I think that Hangman carries the flag while Osprey and Swerve are out for the remainder of the year and for most of next year. This is what I think happens. All right, I was eating dinner today while watching the promo that was happening around 8 p.m. tonight, and when they announced the stipulation, they did it today that if anybody from Don Callis' family interferes, then Kyle will lose a TNT title. I think that this is how you remove Kyle Fletcher from the family, right?
Oh,
I think
okay.
that somebody will interfere, and like, like the only thing that is weird about this now that I'm saying it out loud is that Hangman gets a disqualification win, right? But the bigger story to tell is that like Kyle will probably be stripped of his belt, right? And that just takes Kyle out of the family because he's not going to want to be in the family no more.
Right.
And then the Takeshita arc builds up to the rest of the year with Okada retaining at All Out. They're both going to be in the Continental Classic on the opposite ends of the bracket, and the final is going to be Takeshita versus Okada, right?
Yeah.
That's how Takeshita remains in the family, and Kyle Fletcher doesn't take a backseat to anybody. Because like it's hard to see the family, and you see the way that they look at each other. Of course, there's a lot of respect and like camaraderie, right? But there's a bit of a jealousy, right? Kyle Fletcher is truly like one of the best young wrestlers in the world, and he is a future world champion. I think that like him having that chip on his shoulder that like he could say to Hangman, he could challenge like later on down the line, be like, "You never beat me, right? Like you know, I got disqualified, right?" And yeah, like I think that. So basically, I think a DQ happens, I'll get stripped, and Hangman retains the title.
That sounds that might happen.
I can see it.
When it comes to AEW originals, you think of Darby Allin, think of Hangman Adam Page, you think of Sammy Guevara, you think of Omega, you think of all these guys, but I think the franchise of AEW, it is Adam Page, so he should be champion.
You just said Adam Page is the Shane Douglas of AEW?
Adam Page is the Shane Douglas of AEW. Absolutely. All right, that was WrestlePalooza and AEW All Out predictions there. Hopefully we get everything correct. If we do, we all get a cookie. Other than that, Khabii, where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube at 416KK. Give me a sub, I'd really appreciate it. You could also find me on Instagram at Khabii416. And yeah.
Fantastic. And Azam, what about you, man?
You can find me on the website formerly known as Twitter at Wrestling Bai, BHAI. I'm the older brother of wrestling. You could also find me on Dropkicked, which is like Letterboxd, but for wrestling. I'm doing free promo here.
Okay.
The same at Wrestling Bai. I have 1,000 ratings, 456 reviews, and I believe I am the number 23 most active person in terms of reviews. So I'll be really cooking on there.
I don't know how you do it for every match, every show. It's hard for me to keep up, but maybe I should get into it. Let's get it going.
Oh yeah.
It's Ecliptor. Who's he? He's trouble.
If you're looking for an amazing podcast that recaps Power Rangers in space, then there's only one stop for you, and that is BrownBoyWonder Podcast. Watch it today, or feel my wrath. Oh hey, it's Lex Lang, voice of Ecliptor from Power Rangers in Space. And I just wanted to say congratulations to Anthony and Abrar for putting together an amazing podcast that really shows off Power Rangers in Space. So if you haven't seen it or heard it, be sure to tune in. BrownBoyWonder Podcast. That's right. It's amazing. I think so too.
Welcome back to the Brown Boy Wonder podcast. It is time to predict WrestlePalooza 2020. Of course, this time it is for the Brown Boy Wonder podcast championship. Of course, the champion himself, Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Reigning, defending, undisputed. You know the rest. I'm here.
Oh yeah, you are here. You held this title since WrestleMania, since when was that? April, May, around there.
April's something. Yeah.
April, yeah. So you had two title defenses, which is nice. But
This is the house that I built.
this is the house you built currently. But you have a challenger, a very hungry challenger.
How hungry?
I'll say he'll eat 8 hot dogs all at once.
That's true. He did that. I watched him do it at a baseball game. It was scary.
Well, I'm talking about your challenger,
Not even
Steven.
joking.
Steven, how you doing today?
Doing all right. For the record, it was 13 hot dogs.
Oh my goodness.
That's why they call him the Glizzy King.
The Glizzy King himself is here. But all right, we're talking about WrestlePalooza. We're going to predict these matches, these 5 matches. And of course, after these 5 matches you guys predict, I have some bonuses.
To the
for you
surprise
guys.
of no one. We knew there were going to be bonuses.
Of course. But yes, so since you are the champion, Skyler, you will predict the first match on this card. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Naomi vacated this world championship recently because she was pregnant with Jimmy Uso, but the title's up for grabs. Yes, kinda. It is for the vacant women's world championship. Is it going to be Io Sky or Stephanie Vakir?
Ooh. I'm going to say Stephanie Vakir.
Oh, is it her time?
I think so. This is an opportunity to take a chance on a newer name. Obviously, I love Io Sky. If she won, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Right.
But Stephanie, she's got a big future ahead of her here in WWE, I think. And I think WWE knows that, so you might as well pull the trigger on this now. Plus, we relatively recently had a big Io Sky championship reign.
Right.
I think it would feel kind of like regressing back to an old story rather than progressing, taking the opportunity to do something new. So I think Stephanie Vakir seems to be the right call here, but anything can happen in the WWE.
I agree. Stephanie Vakir has been NXT champion. She has been North American Women's Champion. And now, hopefully, the World Champion. Steven, are you okay with Io Sky?
Yeah, that was my rebuttal. I was like, do you know what company you're talking about right now?
Yeah, I do. And that's why this can go either way.
Why are you trying to make sense? You know this company doesn't make sense.
That's fair.
I did forget to mention that WrestlePalooza is countering the programming of All Out in Toronto.
I was a little surprised you chose to do predictions for this instead of All Out, but,
I feel like no one's predicting WrestlePalooza, at least in our circle. So I decided to do just WrestlePalooza.
Yeah.
But okay, so Skyler got Stephanie and Steven got Io.
Yay.
The second match. This rivalry has been going on for since when Seth became a bad guy. Steven, you have this pick here. It is a tag team match the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, versus the Vision, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. Who do you have here?
I have no idea. Hype it up for me.
Okay. So LA Knight has been involved with this programming because he was a part of the Fatal 4-Way in the last pay-per-view. He's been in there. Jay actually doesn't like LA Knight, but the Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed has been tearing it up every Monday night. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow, what a non-feud.
I would say the Usos are coming back as a tag team for the first time in a long time.
Sure. Let's go there.
The Usos. You're picking the Usos.
Yeah, let's get that feel-good family moment.
All right. That means, Skyler, will you have to pick the Visions team, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker?
And I will do so gladly. I would have taken either, to be completely honest. I don't know. But, I mean, Bronson and Braun, I feel like every time that there's a pay-per-view, they have a match to some degree, and it's always like, well, it's got to be Bronson and Braun because they're the newer team, and they really think Braun Breaker's the next Brock Lesnar, right?
Yeah.
So we got to push him like crazy. But then I think like last time the opportunity to predict him winning, he did lose. So
Yes.
I mean, whatever. But yeah, no, I'll take the Vision, sure.
All right. The Vision it is. Skyler, this is your next matchup. This is a long time coming as a mixed tag team match between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and the returning AJ Lee.
This feels like a softball prediction. This feels like this absolutely should go a certain way. Now, to counter that, the next prediction Steven gets, that one's a softball for sure.
No.
But this one genuinely has an opportunity for them to do the bad thing. AJ Lee needs to score the pinfall here, right? Her return after literally 10 years.
Yeah.
She's one of the biggest stories in wrestling right now, I think. It's got to be Punk and AJ. But do you remember Daniel Bryan came back to wrestling and he finally got that feud with The Miz?
Yeah.
Remember The Miz won that feud?
He did. That's how
So,
you bring
man,
that's how the story keeps going.
it is WrestlePalooza. It's not like this is a Survivor Series match or a WrestleMania match. It's WrestlePalooza. A show we care about so much that we threw it up against AEW. Yeah, so it's possible. I'm still going to say Punk and AJ. That's my answer. Okay. But it's possible. I see the writing on the wall that it can very much go the other way. I don't think it should, because I think another thing they want to do is they want AJ Lee to eventually challenge for Becky's title, right? Becky's
maybe, yeah. I see.
Intercontinental, women's Intercontinental. So, like, if AJ scores a pinfall or even a roll-up in this match, then that leads to that matchup perfectly for Survivor Series in San Diego.
That's nice. I would say that AJ Lee has signed a multi-year contract, so it could be either way. She could win or lose.
Yeah.
That means Steven
and Seth and Becky don't need to win this. They're on top of the world. They've won everything there is to win in this company. So
that's absolutely true. That means Steven, you will have to pick Rollins and Lynch. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Steven's probably also thinking once again, well, this is WWE, so watch them do the thing to They're gonna be like, "Remember when you got fired on your wedding? Ha ha ha!"
Oh, that
Yeah,
hurts.
because they forgot the plot point that me and Nikki are gonna be in the match as a secret
Oh,
entry, and we're in cahoots with Seth, and we're gonna Tanya Harding AJ Lee.
oh my word!
All right.
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here. All
That's
right.
that's he's shooting from the hip, brother.
Big time.
Anything can happen.
And that's what I say. ACH. Anything can happen. All right, Steven, this is your pick here. This is for the undisputed WWE Championship. Of course, the champion, the Street Fighter himself, Cody Rhodes, versus Drew McIntyre. Who do you have here?
Well, Cody.
Okay.
Yeah, we can move on. I think this
All
one's
right.
an L for me because of the way the cards have been shuffled.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was. I think that's the easiest. Well, not the easiest prediction, but like obviously this is the outcome.
Well, you never know,
Or it could
because
be a no contest. They
that's
just
true.
both knock each other out, whatever.
Disqualification as well. Well, of course, as we know, Cody Rhodes is filming Street Fighter, so maybe he's turning into Hollywood instead of being the champion. So maybe Drew might win this. You never know.
Oh, so Cody Rhodes shouldn't have been Guile in Street Fighter. He should have been Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that means Drew goes to you, Skyler.
All right.
That means Skyler, you have the last matchup here, which is the biggest match of the show,
Of the year, probably. No, I don't
probably the year. Probably this is the last time they'll be
know.
fighting.
WWE's year, anyway.
Yes, this might be the last time they might be facing each other forever.
Mm-hmm.
It is the classic rivalry between John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Who do you have here?
Do you know how? I'll say interesting, not cool, because obviously a lot of people take umbrage with Brock Lesnar coming back,
Yeah.
and I'm going to say they are validated in that feeling. But do you know how interesting it would have been if Cena was still heel and Brock Lesnar came back as, I mean, WWE, sure, to the outside world, non-WWE fans, people are like, boo, get him out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But like to the diehard WWE fans, no one's ever gonna boo Brock Lesnar. Like they're just not going to do it.
No.
So he comes back as a babyface, especially the way they did it. He's portrayed as the babyface, and then Cena was still heel. We could have had a heel Cena versus babyface Brock Lesnar. Do you know how interesting that would have
That'd
been?
be great.
But we're back to the formula of we got to play the hits.
Yeah.
So Cena's just gonna whatever. This is crazy. But so Lesnar's return was a big surprise, right? Like
Huge surprise.
people were questioning. I'm sure some people believed he would eventually be back, but a lot of people were questioning, like, Vince is gone. Did he and Triple H work the same as before? We don't think so. Brock Lesnar might never wrestle again, but now here he is. So you can imagine, especially with major pay-per-views still continuing in Saudi Arabia, and they're going to pay him a lot of money. Not all the talent, but him a lot of money to fly over there. And he's probably going to stick around for a good bit, which brings up the point, who's not sticking around for a good bit. The guy who's retiring at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cena loses this fight.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
my bold prediction.
That's
This
a
is
huge
Babe
bold.
Ruth pointing his home run.
All right.
Bro doesn't watch baseball.
I am currently projecting to beat you in fantasy.
You your dirty mouth, or I will walk off this show.
Whoa! I'm joking. You're probably gonna beat me. Don't worry. All right. That means Steven, you will get the never seen 17 champion, John Cena. Are you okay with that?
Oh yeah, John Cena.
All right. I did mention about bonuses, so here it is.
You should.
Skyler, I'll start with you. How many FUs or attitude adjustments and F5s are there going to be in this match?
Well, okay, hang on. FUs and F5s.
Yeah.
So I need to say each, like a number for each.
A number for each.
Is that 2 different bonuses then?
Yes.
Okay. So there's 2 bonuses. And I'm going to say for F5s.
Go ahead.
Man,
How many F5s will Cena take in this match?
it's John Cena. It's Super Cena. But I think Lesnar's going to do more suplexes, but he's still going to need multiple finishers to put him away. I think we're looking definitely at no less than 3.
Okay.
I'm going to say 5 F5s.
5 F5s, all right. And then what about the FUs or attitude adjustments?
Okay. Attitude adjustments. Well, I'm still predicting that Cena will not win this, so 2.
Ooh. Okay.
2.
So you're trying to get that SummerSlam matchup they had back in 2016. I see.
Guess. It worked.
All right.
It worked the first time around, didn't it?
It did. All right, Steven, what about you? How many F5s will Cena take?
3.
Okay. 3 it is.
I think like
And then
magic number.
3 is the magic. What about FUs?
3.
Oh, okay. So let me get this correct. So, Skyler, you said there'd be 5 F5s and 2 FUs. Steven says 3 F5s and then 3 FUs.
And does the number need to be exactly correct?
The
For us to get the point?
the number has to be exactly correct.
Okay.
And there it is. That is WrestlePalooza predictions. Of course, it's going to be in Indianapolis, Indiana,
Yeah.
where Daniel Jones plays.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, that's what they call him.
Is that who you're going to pick up for your team?
Because
Because you had to drop your QB.
Let me not say it, but
You're
Steven, where can
picking
they
up
find you?
Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. You got to pick up Russell Wilson.
No. Well, Steven, where can they find you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
You can find him in the kitchen eating a meatball sandwich.
Goddamn right. You can find me at Chef's Vin or Chef's Vin LOL. Anywhere.
Fantastic. And then what about you, Skyler? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky if you use Blue Sky at Skyler8bit, or you could follow my own podcast called Ready Set Replay. That's on Spotify and YouTube, or you could follow it on Twitter at RSR_POD.
Fantastic. And this is the first time WrestlePalooza would be, or the WWE PLEs would be on the ESPN Unlimited app. For those who don't have Unlimited, just VPN it, as Stephanie McMahon says. Just do that.
Yeah, do that.
Stephanie McMahon said to do it, so there you go.
I'll follow her. And until then, I'll see you in the next pay-per-view.
Bye.